Chris, thank you and Bluffton Today for allowing me to come and speak to the public about my platform and why I'm running for Beaufort County Council District 7. I believe my experience and background as a political activist, I have not just come on the scene and been concerned about local issues. I have been active for 30 years in this county. I was born in Walterboro. I was raised in Savannah. I have 5 children and 15 grandchildren, 4 at Clemson. And I'm very concerned for the future of our county and the direction, and that we are very pro-business and proactive in acquiring businesses so that my grandchildren will have jobs and can stay here. So my background politically is I was vice chairman of the Republican Party. I served on the Platform and Issues Committee 2 terms. We actually wrote resolutions to sort of persuade the county that planned unit development should be in the Comprehensive Land Plan in 1997. Some of the other issues, or some of the other areas I worked for the county was I was a precinct committeeman for 10 years. I served as a fundraising chairman for 2 terms, and other areas as well. And I eventually was appointed as a state election commissioner, and my term expired in December of last year. So, and as my business background, while being extremely busy with the family, as you can imagine, I have been helping my husband with developing and custom home building, which entails about every entity in this county, and sometimes state and local. So you understand and familiarize yourself with the needs and the problems that local people are suffering from builders, developers, real estate agents, and which eventually affects attorneys and on and on. It's a trickle-down effect. So to get this county back on its feet and headed in the right direction, some of the ideas I'm considering are, and would like to promote for the county, are, first of all, beautification of Bluffton. I think when we say that the main attraction to this area is tourism, that we must consider safety. We are expanding and widening and paving 278, but we're not laying cables for lighting. And because we have deer, elderly people, and all sorts of dangerous concerns on those roads, I mean, why would we not proactively have planned to include lighting and landscaping? Since it seems the county is not able to cut our grass except for May and September, I would like to privatize the whole Bluffton Parkway, 278, and provide funding for the Bluffton to have our landscapers take care of this area and make it look like the gateway to Hilton Head. In other areas, I'm very concerned about jobs. We have the Bluffton area, or Beaufort area, is actually tourism, is Hilton Head, but the only main source of revenue for Beaufort is the bases. And we had a $350 million contract coming to Beaufort County for the development of the base and expansion of the bases, and we weren't ready. And so therefore we have the pilots and the planes in Jacksonville now. The $350 million contract, had I been on council, I would have really wondered why we didn't pursue talking to those defense base developers and entice some of those companies either to consider coming here, talk to our local contractors and ask them would they like to expand their companies and be able to keep these jobs local. Paving is another thing. There's all the paving companies in this county should have been given an opportunity to do that high-tech, high-temperature, $70 million contract, but that went to another state as well. All of this ties into education, and again, when companies are talking about relocating and putting their dollars in your state, first thing they're going to look at is if you're going to do jobs that consider technology, which is fantastic. It's the best because it's the high-paying, no-pollution jobs. But you have to have the technology capability, cell towers, and all the other issues that are involved. We're not planning them. We're not doing it. We've got lofty visions, but we have no traction to our words. So the second phase, part of considering moving your company to South Carolina would be education. When companies look at relocating, South Carolina is not going to be on the radar. And until the goal of achievement for our students to really get out of this 49th rating, we have got to get an understanding by the administrations that the only way these children are going to be helped is they have to improve education. The question is, why isn't public education working in South Carolina? Again, there's other areas that, as far as infrastructure and the $25 million bond at this point in time, I think the timing is very bad. I'm all for land preservation. I am serious about environmental protection, but the way that you protect the environment, first of all, is you land plan. We have been very blessed to have all the developers here that provided infrastructure at no cost to the county, no cost to the taxpayer, and ultimately we get to enjoy these benefits. But the people that are outside of these plan unit developments need help. And the most basic provision in any industrialized country is water and sewer. And the fact that in 2012 we're still talking about putting water and sewer in Bluffton, and some areas of Hilton Head still don't have it. It's a staggering thought. But I think we need to study, take the steps necessary to provide Beaufort Jasper Water and other agencies to find how we can provide water and sewer, and that's the urgent need for this county right now, to really get a solid foundation and spend money wisely on something that's a critical priority. That's the solution to the pollution. And spending $500,000 to study it, that's a lot of septic tanks and water and sewer. So I think we need to get real with what our needs are. Land preservation this is not a good time. The land is preserved. Our real estate agents can't sell it. One of the local companies has 150 of the most beautiful new buildings on Hilton Head vacant. So we are preserved, and I think we need to get more in touch with what's going on in this county and figure out how we can help families support themselves, be compassionate, be business-minded, and be practical, and use common sense, and how to really move forward and help to just deal with this crisis in a very viable way. And I thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. And again, I have a questionnaire online with Bluffton today. I'd appreciate you looking at. Thank you.